So today, let's go over how I got this vocal that I recorded from sounding very boxy, very not treated, to sounding just a bit more polished, a bit more clear. So this is without any plugins or any processing. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community, hit all they do is just sign in. And then this is with. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community, hit all they do is just sign in. Okay, as you can hear, that one just brings a bit more clarity, a bit more legibility, or not legibility, but it just, you can hear it better. So just going over really quickly the plugins that I have. So I have SSL channel, and this is just basically cleaning up a lot of the untreatedness of the first vocal. So this is with just the SSL. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? And this is with the SSL. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? And so this is one of the reasons why this is probably one of my favorite plugins, or my main go-to plugin, because it's three things in one. So you have the EQ, you also have the compression, and like a gate. So it's just like a channel strip. That's what it's for. So for this one, I'm just kind of boosting some highs. This is at 8K, boosting a little bit at 3.94K, and then I'm reducing some of those boxy or unwanted frequencies at 260 hertz, and then the same thing again at 175 hertz. And these are just the muddiness, the boxiness that just makes a vocal just sound very over kind of covered. So that's with that. The next one I have is a Pro Q3, and this is kind of doing a bit more of what the SSL was doing, but a bit more fine tuning, or at least more precise, I would say. So without. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? And then with. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community, hit. Yeah, so it just moves out a little more, so I'm kind of doing a bit more cutting at that. After that, we have a RVox, which is going to just kind of add overall volume, overall gain to a vocal, and just kind of bring it to the forefront. So let's hear without, and then while the song's playing, I'll just cut it on, and you'll hear what it does. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community, hit all they do is just sign in. I put the time in, like clocks. I just been lying in. I know what's climbing. She said she hate that she love me and just buddy go kick with the rest of the team. Okay, as you can hear, it just kind of, it takes it from here, the beat is here, this is a vocal, and then with the RVox, it kind of just brings it just a little bit more. After that, we have a de-esser, which is kind of taking out some of the sibling noises. Most people know, what a de-esser does, so I won't kind of harp on that one too much. And then last but not least, we have a Pro C2 from Fat Filter, which is a compressor, and that's going to just keep everything just kind of glued together that we did beforehand, and make sure that nothing kind of pokes out or peaks within the vocal that just might just throw it off and make it go from a polish to a little amateur. So let's play without. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community. So it's all the way out there. And then let's play with. I gotta chime in. Why you put hand on the side of the pot, but you ain't put a dime in? Best watch your bitch, the community, hit all they do is just sign in. I put the time in, like clocks. I just been lying in. Okay, and the best way I can explain, because like I said, compression is something that you kind of train your ears, and you eventually can hear what's happening. But the best way I can explain what I hear when I listen to compression, or what I look for, is like hugging the vocal. Without it, it just sounds like the vocal is kind of doing its own thing. But then when you put the compressor on, it sounds like the vocal is being hugged just a little bit, to keep it in control. And so that's what I look for when I am using the compressor, just kind of keep things in control a little bit. But mainly, like I said, that's what I use for this vocal, and I wanted just a bit more energetic, a bit more aggressive plugin, or aggressive vocal. And I would say I would just use that if you are mixing a song that's similar, that needs a bit more energy, a bit more aggressiveness. I would say follow along with those plugins and tailor it to that vocal, just so it can kind of cut through and have a lot more energy.